The Minister of Justice begins his biannual report on matters of external policy. The court collected almost $6,700,000,000 from Gazprom for violations during the transportation and sale of gas on the territory of Ukraine. Pavlo Petrenko also noted that in the case of the annexation of the Crimea, Ukraine managed to prove that this crime was being planned by the Kremlin for several years. And now Moscow systematically violates human rights on the peninsula. We are now preparing the same package of documents and the same legal position in accordance with the regulations of the European Court of Justice concerning another major case that deals with the events in Donbass. And we have even more materials there, but I am convinced that we will gather additional evidence materials and it will be a basis for a positive decision for Ukraine in court. Also of great concern to the ministry is the simplification of procedures for doing business. They got rid of a great number of obsolete requirements. Over the past 6 months, more than 100 regulations were cancelled. Our team has also initiated a bill that would cancel all legislative acts, no exceptions whatsoever, that were adopted before Ukraine became independent, and it also establishes clear deadlines for the implementation of our own Ukrainian legislation, because we need to eliminate the colonial inferior principles that have been around for the last 25 years. The ministry also develops centers for legal assistance for citizens. According to the minister, there are more than 550 such legal centers in the country. The next thing they plan to do is to launch a project called I Have the Right. It will perform two basic functions. The first one is educational because many do not know their rights and opportunities guaranteed by the law. The second block of this project is monitoring of cases where people's rights were violated and resolving these cases in our centers. Pavlo Petrenko presented his new deputy, Elena Sukmanova, who used to work in the corporate business. Now she will be engaged in the state registration industry and anti-raid activities. I want to talk about the work of the commission that deals with the complaints against the actions of state registrars. If we compare the complaints of the past and this year, we will see that cases of raiders' seizures, of large enterprises, and re-registration of corporate rights and commercial real estate objects have virtually disappeared. It speaks volumes about the effectiveness of the anti-raiding law that has blocked many criminal schemes. The new deputy minister sees that there is an issue of citizens not being aware of how to file a complaint. For this purpose, the ministry plans to establish special contact centers where people will be helped with issuing the relevant applications. They also launched a new online project, the so-called House of Justice. It provides more than 20 different services. In Kyiv alone, there are 2,500 people who already use this portal. In general, statistics show that in the most progressive countries, up to 80 or 90% of citizens use government services online. Our justice team will strive to the same standards, so that Ukrainians wouldn't have to go to the representatives of the authorities, but could arrange everything at home or in a cafe. The ministry is also proud of one more achievement aimed at facilitating the privacy of citizens. Thanks to the service Marriage in a Day, 12,000 couples have already been able to get married, and 1/3 of the babies that were recently born were also registered online. The most popular names are Sofia, Maria, and Zlata for girls, and the boy names are Artyom and Maxim.